UK Patriots gathered in central London to protest against Islamic protests, extremism and controversial preachers in their country. In today's video, we're exploring the British Patriots' passionate protest against the rise of Islamism and extremism in the UK. These protests have not only caused turmoil, but also started an important conversation about Britain's future. Patriots feel they must defend the values they cherish for the nation they love. Before we get into the details of this issue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to stay updated with our latest content. Now let's dive into the topic. The demonstration began near Victoria Station and moved towards Parliament Square, where speeches and a film screening were planned. Leading the way was Lawrence Fox, a key figure in the movement. As the march continued, a banner reading "This is London" was prominently displayed. Some participants chanted slogans expressing national pride and dissatisfaction with current issues. Nearby, a separate pro-Palestinian group held a counter-protest for a different cause. Tensions increased when 9 members of this group were detained by law enforcement for allegedly crossing designated protest boundaries. This incident highlighted the differing viewpoints and the complex dynamics during such demonstrations. Robinson took the stage, greeted by loud applause and cheers from his supporters. With strong confidence, he said, "This is what London should look like." Quoting, "First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win." He reflected on the resistance journey. "Why does it feel like I'm winning?" he asked, acknowledging the support of the thousands present. "We are not going to be silenced any longer," he proclaimed, his voice filled with determination. Robinson addressed the crowd, responding to the chants of his name. "That's beautiful, mate," he said before discussing the significance of the song's lyrics. "We're not afraid, we're no longer afraid." Towards the end of his address, talking about what he claims is a 2-tier policing system in the UK, the crowd began to disperse, signalling the end of a significant gathering.
Now, breach of the peace, mate. Friendly breach of the peace. We move over here, okay? Have anyone?
Observers reported that Robinson ended the 4-hour event by thanking the Met Police for allowing the protest to happen without interference. Meanwhile, 9 pro-Palestinian activists from Youth Demand, who held a static counter-protest nearby, were detained by law enforcement for allegedly straying from the designated pavement area. Most of the counter-protest group dispersed, but police continued to monitor those who remained. Earlier, nationalists had gathered at Parliament Square to watch Tommy Robinson's documentary Lawfare, which highlights what he sees as a two-tier policing system. The screening sparked discussions on law enforcement practices and societal justice. The atmosphere was charged as hard rock songs played, with lyrics like "I want my country back," "Our culture we must save," where harmony once stood before the migrant wave. Amid a sea of Union Jacks, popular YouTuber KL Benjamin took the stage to address the controversy over his recent interview with Liz Truss. In an impassioned speech, he said, "We are guilty of interviewing the former Prime Minister. That was my crime, and that's why I'm in trouble. But today, I stand as a husband, a father, an Englishman, and I see that we are still alive. But we wouldn't know it from watching TV. Where is your representation?" He continued, "We have real problems. None of the mainstream parties will solve these problems. We have to do it ourselves, and we will." His words resonated with the crowd, sparking a renewed sense of determination and purpose. Regarding the event, the Met Police issued a statement noting that officers had identified individuals in the crowd with a history of violent disorder. Some of these individuals had football banning orders and were linked to hooligan groups from London and across the UK. Additionally, part of the crowd is known for participating in anti-lockdown protests during the pandemic and related disturbances. This highlights the complexity and potential risks of such gatherings. Currently, no offences have been reported, but many in the crowd seem to be intoxicated. Nick Lawless, CEO of Hope Not Hate, expressed concern about the protest, stating, "Today's demonstration is set to be the largest gathering of far-right activists, football hooligans, and Tommy Robinson supporters in years." He warned of a heightened risk of violence, citing troubling messages from hooligan chat groups where individuals have threatened to attack people of colour, pro-Palestine demonstrators, and even the police. These sentiments highlight the tense nature of the situation and the need for law enforcement to stay alert. With over 2,000 police officers deployed to oversee the protests, the force is taking significant steps to maintain public safety. Commander Lou Terro noted that officers have been in discussions with the organisers of both protests for weeks. "Our priority," stated Commander Terro, "is to ensure that those exercising their right to lawful protest, whether in the march or the counter-protest, can do so safely." This commitment reflects the importance of allowing peaceful demonstrations while protecting everyone involved. All Londoners have a right to feel and be safe in their city, and we will take a zero-tolerance approach to any racially or religiously motivated hate crime we encounter, emphasised a spokesperson for the Metropolitan Police. The rally in central London highlights the ongoing need for a fair and equitable policing system. Addressing concerns requires multiple strategies, such as increasing transparency, enacting reforms, and building community trust. Meaningful progress towards a safer and more inclusive London depends on collaborative efforts. Addressing issues of unequal policing also demands a comprehensive approach that enhances transparency, implements changes, and builds trust. Only then can perceptions of unequal treatment be eliminated, ensuring fairness for all. As for your question, many British people are committed to protecting their country from perceived threats, including concerns about Islamist influence. It's important to engage in open dialogue and work together to address these issues while upholding democratic values and respecting everyone's rights. As we continue to explore the various facets of the protest and its implications, it's essential to understand the broader context within which these events are unfolding. The rise of nationalist sentiments and the pushback against perceived threats have roots that extend beyond the borders of the UK, reflecting a global trend of increasing polarisation and identity politics. The motivations behind the protest are complex and multifaceted. For many participants, the march represents a stand against what they perceive as a dilution of British identity and values. This sentiment is often fueled by concerns over immigration policies, integration, and the influence of different cultural and religious groups within the country. These issues are not unique to the UK. Similar protests and movements have emerged across Europe and North America, where debates over national identity and multiculturalism continued to spark heated discussions. During the protest, several key figures voiced their perspectives on these matters. Lawrence Fox, known for his outspoken views on culture and politics, emphasised the importance of preserving British traditions and resisting external influences that he believes undermine national cohesion. His speech resonated with many in the crowd, who echoed his calls for a return to what they consider the core values of British society. As the demonstration proceeded, the presence of counter-protests highlighted the deep divisions within the public discourse. The pro-Palestinian group's advocacy for their cause served as a reminder that multiple narratives coexist within the country, each vying for recognition and support. The tension between the two groups underscores the challenge of fostering a unified national identity in a diverse and pluralistic society. The involvement of law enforcement in managing the protests was a critical aspect of the day's events. The Metropolitan Police's strategy to maintain order while respecting the right to protest required careful planning and execution. The arrests of 9 pro-Palestinian activists for breaching protest boundaries brought to light the fine line authorities must tread in balancing security with civil liberties. Commander Lou Terro's statements reflect the ongoing efforts to navigate this delicate balance and ensure that all parties can express their views without resorting to violence or disorder. The day's events also sparked broader conversations about the role of media and public figures in shaping public opinion. The speeches and actions of individuals like Tommy Robinson and K.L. Benjamin, coupled with the extensive media coverage, have a significant impact on the national dialogue. The portrayal of these protests in various media outlets can influence public perception and either bridge or deepen the divides within society. As we reflect on the significance of these protests, it's crucial to consider the potential paths forward. Addressing the underlying concerns that drive such demonstrations requires more than immediate law enforcement responses. It calls for long-term strategies aimed at promoting social cohesion, enhancing dialogue between different communities, and addressing grievances related to economic disparity, cultural integration, and national identity. Engaging in constructive conversations about these issues is vital. Policymakers, community leaders, and citizens must work together to create inclusive spaces where diverse perspectives can be heard and respected. Education and awareness programs that promote mutual understanding and respect can play a crucial role in bridging divides and fostering a sense of shared purpose. Please share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section below. Your insights and contributions are invaluable to this ongoing conversation. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates and in-depth analysis on this and other important topics. Thank you for watching.